All right. Let's quickly jump into Milwaukee, Brooklyn before we get to the West. This is the best series, I think, of the second round, no matter what the matchups end up being, because of the fact that we get to see this smaller market team with a little bit more homegrown big three, a couple of guys who are underrated. And then, of course, you've got your two-time MVP in Giannis, who Brooklyn has no answer for. He has absolutely gone ballistic on them this season. And then on the other side, you've got the big, not so big market Brooklyn team. Obviously, the Knicks run New York, but Brooklyn is just by size, geographically and population wise, is a big market. And they have three of the most incredible offensively gifted players ever with Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant. And I am just so excited to see how these teams match up against one another. Milwaukee obviously going to be without Dante DiVincenzo. So that's a bit of a bummer because he'd probably be the guy they give a lot of time on Kyrie. So for now, I guess maybe we'll see Pat Connaughton. Maybe we'll see Bobby Portis in the starting lineup. Maybe we will see Bryn Forbes. That's risky. But you'll see Drew Holiday. Basically, they put Drew on whoever is more hot in the moment, Harden or Kyrie. And then you see Giannis matching up with KD, which that in itself is just awesome. Two of the top five guys in the league. And then you've got a PJ Tucker or Chris Middleton matching up with James Harden. And I can't wait for that because obviously PJ Tucker, him and Harden were supposedly going to be a package deal when Harden got moved. PJ didn't come with him. So now PJ gets the opportunity to go ahead and maybe knock his buddy out of the playoffs. And yeah, I'm just super excited for the series. Milwaukee is going to have their way in the paint, but also Brooklyn can have a night where they could score 150 and it doesn't matter how good your defense is because these three guys are just incredible. Not to mention you've got Joe Harris, who is an absolute flamethrower, just lights out every time he shoots a three because all of them are wide open because all these guys attract double teams and so much off defensive attention. So there you go. I think I'm going to pick Milwaukee in 7 because no, I can't. Sorry. I'm going back. I have Brooklyn in the finals. I have to ride with that prediction. I want to pick Milwaukee because of the continuity factor and the fact that it's just better for basketball and the league if they have more success. But I have to stick with my initial preseason pick of the Nets. And those three guys are just the talent that takes it above and beyond. So there you go.
I think you should just pick whichever team you think is going to be better over the next 2 weeks at basketball personally. But I'm here for an absolute offensive showdown. Let's go bucket for bucket. It does not matter if the other team scores 150 points on you. You just have to score 151. I am so curious what if we can get to that point, like what the last 2-3 minutes of defense looks like, because in theory, like Giannis, you said it should be unguardable, but like in that clutch time, they often go with like a Giannis drive and kick to Middleton or Drew. And I don't know if that's how reliable that will be compared to like just get it to Giannis and for a post touch, but like that's not been their bread and butter. So I don't know how reliable that will be. So I like Giannis to just consistently destroy them in the paint all game. But like clutch time, last 2-3 minutes, I think Milwaukee's going to struggle on offense and the Nets are going to have a bit of an easier time. I'm also still waiting to see on injury though. Like the way the season went, I will not be surprised for a second if one of these big three goes out, and then depending who it is, it could be a whole different series.
Definitely. The deceptive thing about these two teams is they actually can turn up the intensity and play some solid defense. But I just think the talent is overwhelming in the end. And you'll see Brooklyn pick on mismatches. Anytime Bryn Forbes or Brook Lopez are on the floor, they're in the pick and roll. And then that's what Milwaukee has to do on the other end. They have to have Giannis driving at Kyrie, at James Harden, not in the post against those guys, but driving against them. And every time DeAndre Jordan's out on the floor, they have to go at him. And every time Joe Harris is on the floor, they have to go at him, right? And so there will be interesting to see how each team attacks mismatches and switching and how they'll play those high pick and rolls, because that's all this game's going to be in the last 5 minutes.
They can play defense, but just forget about it, boys. Like, have some fun. Come on.
Yeah.